Grease is one of the most iconic and well-known movies of all time, with multiple revivals, sequels, and remakes. The 1978 film helped launch the careers of its starring leads, John Travolta as Danny Zuko and Olivia Newton-John as Sandy Olsen. The film takes place in 1958, showcasing a love story between two unlikely people in an all-American high school. As the highest-grossing movie musical of all time, Grease is loved by many for its presentation of the 1950s, but how historically accurate was it? The 1950s is well known for its beautiful cars. Cadillacs, Chevrolets, and Chryslers were among the most popular. These cars featured big fins in the back, chrome elements, and colorful interiors and exteriors. In Greece, most of the cars shown were characteristic to the time period.
You ain't gonna see me break that Zuko.
The famous Grease Lightning was a 1948 Ford, and the Pink Ladies drove a 1948 Studebaker Commander. The cars were representative of the time period between the late 40s big-bellied cars and the wider, more muscly style of the early 1960s. Fashion is another iconic part of the 1950s era. Poodle skirts and slick-back hair were extremely popular, along with the leather jackets and high collars shown in the movie. Sandy's main outfits represented the typical style of a 1950s moral teenager, very modest and conservative. Sandy is the perfect example of the morals the 1950s valued. She was pure, sweet, and innocent. Later in the movie, as she begins to act more freely, she wears tighter, more revealing clothing that is actually more characteristic of the early 1960s. Music is another cultural factor addressed in the movie. Dance songs were popular, such as the hand jive and other doo-wop hits. Girls would dress respectfully for formal dances, and the rock and roll music was just beginning to emerge. Music of the 1950s is shown accurately in the film. A socio-cultural issue that was not addressed at all in the movie was racism. There is actually not a single African American represented on screen during the entire movie, or mentioned. This is strange because it was set in the middle of the civil rights movement. As well, a derogatory attitude towards homosexuals was shown, for example saying that the dance couples must be boy-girl and other slight jokes. These issues are not central to the storyline though. These issues were probably avoided in order to present the time period in a nostalgic fashion, so that way it'd be easier to watch and more of an upbeat film. Overall, the film shows the time period with a look of positive nostalgia, which makes sense with the 20-year difference between the setting and production. Cars, dress, and music are all shown accurately, with an oversight of some of the negative happenings of the era. Grease was not based on a historical event, and can get away with some inaccuracies. Overall, it was a pretty accurate representation of the time period and its culture.